Oh, hello. How can I help you? Ah, you're a member of the Norvale family. In that case, you must be here to pick up those writing supplies. Is that correct? Wonderful. Let me take a look at the manifest. Oh my, there's quite a bit here. If you don't mind me asking, what is this all for? Perhaps I could recommend some of our other products to help? Ah, I see. Yes, I have heard the Norvales have fallen on hard times. I must say, it speaks volumes of your family's characters that you haven't let that trickle down to us ordinary folk. So, this is all to help you reorganize your financial records to see if you can find wasted expenses? Well, that's quite sensible. If there is anything we can do to help, please do let us know. Although, in the meantime, I may have to ask for your help first. Oh no, nothing like that. We're just a bit short-staffed at the moment, and I have trouble with some of the heavier boxes. Could I ask your servants to carry them out to the carriage? I see. You have none to spare. That makes sense with your financial troubles. Well then, I hate to ask a noble, but could you help me with them? Thank you. That's so generous. Please, follow me into the back. Stay quiet. I'll knock you out if I have to. Ah, you recognize me just by the sound of my voice, son. I must have made quite the impression on you. I suppose that was bound to happen. You don't easily forget the voice of someone who held a knife to your throat. I'm glad I decided to disguise it. What do you think of the disguise? I guess it was good enough to fool you. No, please. It's not even my best work. One time I had to disguise myself as a literal child. Now that one was a challenge. As for why I'm here posing as a storekeeper, well, there are a few reasons. The first reason is that I wanted to let you know that I'm still keeping an eye on you. You've done well to not tell anyone about our meeting, but you're starting to get a little bold with your questions about the Blackmont family. Never forget, you mustn't let anyone realize that you and I are affiliated. Not unless you join the Blackmonts. Well, of course, I could have just snuck into your room again to talk to you about this if I were some rank amateur. Any decent assassin will ever use the same approach twice. It's a good way to get caught. I doubt you would set any kind of trap for me, and I really doubt that any trap you would set would actually catch me. But there's no reason for me to be careless. No. I'm afraid I haven't had much luck in finding some other arrangement. I pursued many possibilities, but I keep arriving at the conclusion that as long as you remain a part of the Norvale family, you will be a threat to the Blackmonts. It's quite the conundrum. Sometimes I wish that you weren't so competent. Then I realize that if that were the case, I likely wouldn't have fallen for you in the first place. And as easy as it would have made things for me, I can't say that I regret falling in love with you. For the longest time, the only thing in my life was my career as an assassin. It feels liberating to have another goal now. Something to turn my attention to. I haven't given up yet, of course, if at all possible. I want to find a way to make this work for the both of us. Kidnapping you doesn't strike me as a very good way to begin a relationship. Speaking of which, I was thinking that perhaps I didn't give you the best impression of me last time. Yes, the death threat was the main issue. It was an empty threat, but I imagine that provides little comfort, doesn't it? I made you feel unsafe in your own home, your own bedroom. That's the sort of thing that can stay with a person, and though I don't see how else I could have done it, I regret it nonetheless. But aside from threatening you, I feel that I've only presented one side of me to you, my professional side. I just want you to know that while I'm an assassin, I'm not just an assassin. I have other aspects to my personality. I'll confess, even at the best times, not always especially expressive. When you make a living by killing, you start to feel a bit numb to things. But still, I do like to laugh from time to time, and I have my own pastimes. So, although I'm still looking for solutions, I would like to have the chance to show you a slightly more personable side of me. Perhaps if I can successfully woo you, you'll decide to come over to my side willingly. That would solve everyone's problems all at once. Yes, I suppose I am. I'm asking you out on a date. I'm fairly confident that if I am given the opportunity to show you what I can bring to a relationship, you'll find yourself drawn to me, as I am to you. So, this is what I was thinking. A week from tomorrow, after the 6th bell has rung, we'll meet in front of the local tavern. I'll be in disguise, obviously. It wouldn't do for you to be seen with a black mon. When I see you, I'll approach you and say, "You're neither early nor late." That's how you'll know it's me. We can get a drink and a bite to eat, and then I will take you out to a play. I quite enjoy theater, and I selected one of my favorites. After that, well, we can keep it a surprise. What do you think? I can't exactly threaten you into agreeing to this. It would defeat the purpose of endearing myself to you. All I can do to convince you is to promise you an enjoyable evening. I suppose if you need incentive, you could consider it to be a chance to woo me back. I don't find it likely, but perhaps you could convince me you're worth abandoning the Black Mons after all. Oh, so you don't need convincing, do you? Well, that's quite flattering. In that case, thank you for giving me a chance. I find it a little bit silly. I'm supposed to be a hardened killer, but I feel just a bit giddy that you agreed to a date. Maybe it's because it's a new territory for me. I've been in a relationship before, but only ever as part of a cover. Usually to extract information or get close to someone. So, while I'm not inexperienced, this will be my first real date. I suppose I'll really have to put my heart into this one. I've always done just enough to be appealing to my dates. Trying to go above and beyond for someone. That's going to feel strange. Oh, well, that's sweet. It makes me happy that you feel excited as well. I must say, I wasn't expecting you to be quite so amiable after last time. I mostly. I mostly just pushed my feelings onto you and made it your problem. True, I did spare your life, but that's rarely considered a noble thing. I've spared a small number of people, or at least tried to, but they have always responded by attacking me or trying to expose me. I'm very grateful that you're different. Well then, it seems like we'll be seeing each other again very soon. I have to leave very soon, I'm afraid. The store owner will be back from the errand I tricked him into in a few minutes. When he gets back, I'll need to be gone, or he'll have some questions for me best left unanswered. Right, boxes. Sorry, I don't have time to help with those. You can wait for the owner if you like. But just before I go, just keep an eye out. You were very vulnerable today. Once again, you were fortunate that I don't wish you harm. You're noble. I may not be the only assassin you ever encounter. I couldn't stand the thought of you being killed. For now, try not to be alone with strangers. If you really can't spare servants, then find a friend or family to stick with you. Take care. Can't wait for a date.